you guys want actual Valorant tips to help you improve in Valorant and not just like those bold tips that are like, oh, Q aim labs for 50 hours a day or like Q 30 comps. No, I'm gonna give you tips that actually helped me improve as a Valorant player and could possibly help you improve as well. Okay, my first tip is to stop aiming at feet. Okay, like look, stop aiming at feet and actually aim at head, okay? Like head level or at least like body level. Like this is doable. But if you're aiming here, you're not gonna get any kills, I'm telling you. I'm so tired of irons going around and aiming at the floor. Like please, if you want kills, aim here. Like this is a good level. This is a good level. Like boom, 3 dead. Like that is a good level. My next tip is to learn, like, okay, my next tip is to find an agent that you want to play and learn how to use that agent properly. I mean, this is mainly for beginners, but after I learned and like I watched Sage mains and like people who would main Sage, I learned a lot from them and took inspiration from their gameplay and how they play and incorporated into my style of playing. And I think you should learn how to use the agent you're playing, like even if it's just the basics, and then try to find other content creators who also use that agent and incorporate their playing style into yours, because that helped me improve a lot. And there's also lots of like Valorant streamers and Valorant players you can learn from. And after I actually took the time to like learn more about like walls and my slorbs for Sage, my like gameplay improved a lot. And my next tip is to be aware. Like when I first started playing Valorant, I would never use headphones, and I didn't realize how important like hearing is in Valorant, because footsteps and stuff give off your enemy's position and your position really easily. It also gives off like if they're on the spike or if they're defusing, like, you know, things like that. And being aware doesn't always mean listening, but you should always listen, you know what I mean? But it's also like not to run and gun, like don't rush onto site for no reason. And it's also like playing strategically. Like if you have spike while you're defending, you shouldn't be pushing the other team. You should be holding an angle and waiting for them to push you. You should never push as defending. Like that's like, I didn't learn that, like I knew that, but I would never play by that rule. And whenever I did start like not pushing while I defended, my KDA went up a lot. Like I'm telling you, you should play it smart. Like Valorant isn't all about like KDA. Like just because you have high kills doesn't mean you're gonna win the game. It's also about like playing strategically and playing smart. It isn't all about kills. Something that helped me a lot to get more efficient and with like my gameplay is changing my keybinds. For example, the default keybind to
30 seconds left.
Plant spike is 4, but I always like that would always slow me down whenever I would plant, so I changed it to a key that was closer to like my fingers that would help me adjust quicker. Because 4, I wasn't like, even after playing Valorant for so long, reaching to plant spike like really slowed me down. But after I changed it to a more comfortable key, it like made me a quicker player. So if there's like any keys that you are like weird with, like even if it's ping, I know a lot of people that change their ping to a different key. But change your keybinds to something that makes you more comfortable, and like the default keybinds aren't always gonna be best for you. Something that I pick up a lot on like newer Valorant players is that they don't walk, because when I first started playing Valorant, I didn't know how to walk. But if you want to be sneaky and sneak up on the other team, hold your shift, because then they can't hear you, like they can't hear you coming. Like especially if you're flanking, they won't be able to hear you coming because you're walking. walking is really important in Valorant because it gives away your position to enemies, and like, oh my gosh, you guys did not see that. Being sneaky is really important in Valorant, and it's helped me win in a lot of situations that were unfavorable for me. And yeah, I recommend just like remembering. Oh my god,
30
guys,
seconds left.
I'm really sick. Like, just remember to walk, or like play quiet when your team tells you to. Is also really helpful because I've spectated a lot of players that like I don't think they knew how to walk, or like they were new, and they could have like won the round if they did walk, and that's just something to keep in mind, you know. Oh my gosh, this next tip actually gets me so angry. Like, you don't understand how angry this makes me. But please, look, don't use the default crosshair. I don't even think I have it. I think I deleted it. Use
I would like to apologize so much. I was
literally whoever you're spectating, go /cc if you like their crosshair, and that will copy their crosshair into your like list of crosshairs. Like, I hate the default crosshair will not help you aim. I think it will just like sell your game even more. Like, that's oh my gosh, that's how much I hate the default crosshair. Don't use the default crosshair. I'm telling you, it will help you out a lot if you find a crosshair that you like. Cause like, there's certain crosshairs that I've copied from my friends just because like my friend used them and they were good. Just because a good player uses it doesn't mean it will make you good overnight. Find a crosshair that you're comfortable with and that you like using, and I'm like telling you that it will improve your gameplay, like really well. A big thing that helped me improve and like communicate better with my team is Valorant terminology, and there's a lot of terms that like you kind of just like pick up on as you play more. A lot of terms that I think are important are heaven, trade, and full save or full buy. So heaven is like, I'll put a picture up on my screen, but like that's heaven and that's hell. Like, heaven is up and hell is down. Save is when like there's like half saving and full saving, and saving is when you like save your money and you can afford to full buy next round. And full buying is basically like full shields, like a rifle, and all your util. Full saving is when you buy nothing at all. Some people have different like definitions of half saving. This tip also like
Last player standing.
correlates with the next tip I'm about to give, which is like learning eco. So I think the most important rules, I know a lot of people don't agree with this, and sometimes even I don't agree with this, but
Last round before the switch.
my most important rule of eco, like economy is like your money, and pistol round is the first round you get into like your half, is when you can only afford like sidearms. I think a really important like economy rule is that if you lose pistol round, you should full save the next round so you can afford after that. Because if you keep buying every time you lose, you're not going to be able to afford a vendor at all. Eco does play a big part in like winning. Learning how to like save and like buy properly is a good strategy and could like help you win in a lot of different situations. Like, there's tons of teams that I've been in that didn't know eco and like costed us the round because they would like buy when we had to save, or yeah, like simple things like that. Like at first, like when you start playing Valorant, it might not seem like a big thing. As you play more and more and you kind of get like more sense of knowledge into the game, you'll realize how important it actually is to learn eco. Like, if you're like me and the idea of like loading up aim lab sounds like dreading to you, something that really helped me with my aim was like playing a deathmatch or a swift for a couple rounds and then queuing like an actual match. And to me, my opinion of like an actual match is like a comp or like an unrated. And death matches are really helpful to me because you'll like respawn. Yeah, because I see a lot of
Check.
like
Charges?
Valorant
Check.
tip videos that are like, oh, you should do aim labs for this and this and this. It'll really help with your aim. But to me, the idea of like loading up aim labs is just so boring, and I'd like rather go into Valorant right away. And if that's the case for you, death matches and like swift plays or even like TDMs really help with your aim, because it's like death matches is just like repetitive shooting and like repetitive killing. I mean, as to like unrated and comps, you have to use like game sense in order to get kills. Another tip that you have to like get out of the habit of really quickly, if you've ever played any other like FPS game, you have to like watch your ammo. Watching your ammo is a really important thing in my opinion, because I've seen like players that could have won the round or gotten the kill if they didn't reload, or if they reloaded earlier. And like don't reload your ammo here, like in the middle of the site. What the frick? Like, see, me running into site gave away my position just because I wanted to show you guys what not to do. Like, if you're going to reload, do it somewhere where you won't be shot. And if you're gonna reload, make sure that there's like no enemies around you, because reloading makes you a really easy target for the enemy team. My last tip is to lower your sense, because when I started playing Valorant, I played a lot of Fortnite, and for Fortnite I really liked my sense to be high. But for Valorant, it's like the complete opposite. Like, lower sense helps you play better. Like, my sense right now is at 0.2, and it used to be at 0.1, but it really, like, someone's sensitivity shouldn't influence what your sensitivity is, because there's a lot of contributing factors to what makes your sense good for you, like mouse space and like your mouse DPI. And I have a lot of mouse space, so that's relatively why mine is so low. And I think you just need to like start to get lower and lower with your sense over time. Like, if you have like 3 or 4, you can't immediately just go to like 1 or 2, or like, yeah, you can't like just change your sense with a big jump, because I think that will just not benefit
Weapon
you.
here.
Spike planted.
Yeah, you should lower your sense over time and find a sense that works better for you. Because once I like started, oh my gosh,
Attackers
once
win.
I started listening to my friends to lower my sense, I started playing like a lot better, and I found a sense that works for me. Like, I used to copy my friends' sensitivity because I thought since they were so good that having their sense would help me play better. But it's really like a personal thing. You'll find your sensitivity over time as you play more. Like, just like your skill with Valorant, you'll find your skill and you'll earn more skill by playing more Valorant. That's it for today, guys. I'm sorry if I yapped a lot. I haven't recorded a video in so long. But please subscribe and have a good day. Bye.